Today, we will begin our study of ancient Rome. Now let's look at the beginning of Rome. Rome began as a small kingdom along the Tiber River on the Italian peninsula. Inhabitants believe it was founded by twin brothers, Romulus and Remus. Rome was conquered and ruled by the Etruscan kings during the late 7th century. The Etruscan kings expanded and developed Rome. The Romans drove out the Etruscans in 509 BC and decided to rule Rome themselves. The Roman Republic. The Roman Republic began after the Romans kicked the Etruscans out and set up their own form of government. The government was headed by two consuls who explained and carried out laws. The consuls were chosen for one-year terms. The most powerful group in the government was the Senate. This group consisted of former consuls and anyone else chosen by the consuls. All senators were patricians. These were the upper-class citizens in the Roman society. In 494 BC, the plebeians, or your average citizens, revolted and forced the Senate to accept them. The plebeians elected tribunes to represent them in the Senate. When the plebeians gained more power in the government, they elected tribunes to speak up for them in the Senate and protect their interests. The plebeians also wanted the laws of Rome written down so that everyone would know their rights. These rights and laws formed the basis of the Roman Republic and the foundation of many future civilizations. In 450 BC, the laws were carved on bronze tablets. These were known as the 12 Tables, and they were placed in the Forum. The Punic Wars. Rome had conquered most of Italy, but was still surrounded by enemies. During the First Punic War, Rome built fleets and eventually defeated the Carthaginians. 20% of Rome's citizens died in that war. During the Second Punic War, the Carthaginian general Hannibal made his historic crossing of the Alps to attack Rome from the north. Carthage was eventually conquered and became a dependent ally of Rome. Problems rose again in the Third Punic War was fought. Carthage lost and was destroyed. Julius Caesar. The Roman general Julius Caesar led an army that conquered Gaul, which is present-day France. After having successfully fought the Gallic Wars, Caesar was ordered by the Roman Senate to disband his army. The Senate feared Caesar's power and popularity with the common people. Caesar forced his army into Rome and seized control of the government. Julius Caesar declared himself Rome's dictator for life. Julius Caesar made many changes when he was Rome's ruler. One of the changes instigated by Caesar was correcting the calendar. Recognizing that the calendar was in use was an error, Caesar had the Julian calendar adopted by the Republic. Every year would have 365 days, with a leap year occurring every 4 years. Many senators felt that Caesar was disrespectful toward them and that he should not have taken the title of dictator. Fearing Caesar's gain of power, the senators planned his death. Led by his friend Marcus Brutus, the assassin stabbed Caesar to death in the Senate on March 15, 44 BC, known as the Ides of March. The first emperor. Octavian, Julius Caesar's adopted son, was called upon by the Roman society to punish the murderers. His actions would reshape the Roman world. Under his leadership, Rome changed from a republic to an empire. An empire is a government that includes many people and the lands under a single rule. Eventually, Octavian alone ruled the entire Roman world as Rome's first emperor. Later, his name was changed to Augustus, which meant honored one. Pax Romana. Augustus's rule was the beginning of the Pax Romana, or 200 years of Roman peace. Augustus and his successors added many provinces to the empire. Roads, buildings, bridges, and aqueducts were built to connect the lands conquered by Rome. In addition to art and law, The ancient Romans also had a tremendous influence on religion. One of the world's major religions, Christianity, first appeared and spread in the Roman world. Christianity was founded on the teaching of Jesus, whom followers believed to be the Messiah. Christians believe that Jesus is literally the Son of God and that he resurrected from the dead, and that his followers will live eternally in heaven after they die. Under the leadership of Paul, however, Christianity became a world religion and, though at first punishable by death, spread quickly through the Roman Empire. Today, Christianity is the most widely followed religion in the world. The rapid spread of Christianity worried some Roman leaders. Rome feared Christianity would soon grow larger than all other religions in the empire and take over the empire. To prevent a rebellion, emperors began to persecute or punish Christians. However, Christians began to meet, hiding their religion from the government. Eventually, persecution ended and a powerful emperor named Constantine became a Christian. The Christian faith was openly accepted even more widely in the empire. As the Roman Empire continued to grow, it began to have many problems. Inflation, greed, corruption, population decline, poor leadership, and inner turmoil. All of these weakened the empire, and invaders took advantage of this. Romans tried to split the empire into the West and East and promote spiritual unity through Christianity. However, the official fall of Rome came in 476 AD. After the fall of Rome, the eastern half of the Roman Empire lived on as the Byzantine Empire. Much of Rome's culture was based on that of the Greeks, and much of the cultural values of the United States are modeled on Greece and Rome. This is known as the Western tradition. For example, the government of the United States is based on the Roman Republic, which in turn was based on the Athenian direct democracy.